How can you train yourself to roll your R's? Find out how and learn a useful trick that anyone can use to make their R sound a little more Italian. Find out how in this week's 5-Minute Italian. Ciao a tutti e benvenuti a 5-Minute Italian. Hi everyone and welcome to 5-Minute Italian. I'm Katie.
And then Matteo. Ciao!
And this week's subject, how to roll your R's, is a topic that's really close to my heart because for the longest time I just couldn't do it at all. Some people can just do it naturally, even if it's not your native language, but a lot of people really struggle with it. So if you are one of those people like I was, these tips will help you learn how. The first tip is to train your mouth muscles to make the positions that they have to do to make the r sound by repeating T and D together really quickly. So if you make t-d, 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 it's actually the same movement but just a lot slower. So one way that I learned to do this was I would be like in the shower anywhere, or if I was waiting for my computer to load all the time, I'd be sat there going ta-da, 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 ta-da. And if you keep doing it, it keeps getting closer and closer to the r sound. So for example, you get ta-da, 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 ta-da. One thing that I find really helps is you can actually imagine a word spelt T and D rather than TR. So for example, like the word tre, which means 3, try and imagine it. Instead of imagining it TR, imagine it TD. So you get today, 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 today. Keep doing it quicker and quicker and quicker. Today, 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 today. And eventually you get to tre. There's a tongue twister in Italian that's a really good way to help you practice doing this sound.
Yeah, it's quite difficult even for Italian speaker.
Yeah,
so
I still can't do it.
I will try. 33 trentini entrarono a Trento, tutti e 33 trotterellando.
The last tip is a really useful cheat that anyone can do to start making the Italian R sound straight away. So if you are American, if you have an American English accent, or you can imitate an American English accent, you can already make one of the Italian R sounds. For example, in the word butter, sorry if you're American, I know my accent is terrible, but you get the idea. Butter, that the T sound is actually the same as one of the Italian R sounds, right?
Yeah, and in Italian, as in Spanish, we have two types of R. The short one and the long one. The short one is caro,
which means expensive.
And the long one is carro,
which means cart. So let's take the short one, caro. Can you hear that sound? It's exactly the same as in butter. So to pronounce it correctly, let's just imagine that there are two T's in the middle and pronounce it with an American accent, you get caro. So you can already make one of the Italian R sounds. One last teeny tiny bit of advice about learning to make the r sound is to remember that this is muscular, it's physical, it's like going to the gym. So you have to actually train your mouth to make new positions. Often people, when they're working on pronunciation, they try and make a sound maybe 3 or 4 or 5 times and then they go, I can't do it. But you actually have to train your muscles. So keep at it. When you're in the shower, when you're whatever, when you're cooking, or if you're in the kitchen, just keep going, and eventually you'll get there. So stick with it. That's it from us. Thank you for listening to 5-Minute Italian. If you like this video, don't forget to press like and share it with your friends who are learning Italian. And if you'd like to get more mini Italian lessons delivered to your inbox each week, sign up in the comments box below. Ciao for now.
And as we say in Italian, alla prossima.
Ciao.